It's a big game because it's been a really flat 4 weeks, and I just don't want the negativity to sink in. I don't think it's necessary. A defeat would start to kind of scare me a little bit, because I just don't want that decline to happen, especially with a manager like Crosby, who I feel like does deserve the full season. But I just know how football works and how fan bases work, how our fan base works. I've been there myself, hounded a few managers out, but I want this season to be as comfortable and risk free as possible. So it is a big game. We're at home. Every home game's a big game. Sometimes you can kind of accept an away defeat. It's sad to say, an away defeat to Walsall, who seem to look better than us and probably will be fighting, isn't the end of the world. The manner of the defeat is. But yeah, it's a big game Saturday, and I do think 3 points is a must. A draw can be taken, but then it just knocks on the effect of the away games that are coming up as well, and we've got a few tough games coming up.
Just got to get back to winning ways at home as well. Obviously, the defeat to Notts County, the draw with Newport, both of them really frustrating because you felt like both teams were there for the taking, and Tranmere didn't take them. And Prenton Park has so often been a fortress in the past. I know it's a cliche, but it can be used as a force for good, as we saw very much at the back end of last season. So getting back to winning ways, I think, is at home is. If the manager or players are feeling any pressure, and I'm not certain they should be, winning at home is the easiest way to alleviate that.
Yeah, Prenton Park can be the best and the worst place, like most home grounds. We can definitely sort of be of help, and we can be sort of something that does unfortunately affect the team in those ways. But if we're seeing something on the pitch, like we did try against Newport, I just think the lack of quality was there. A few half-arsed chances that the one that I thought was over the line, I don't think it was in the end. Just belted over the line. There was a few times where we were knocking it towards the keeper as if it was a pass. Marty Patrick hits the bar with a ridiculous effort. Fair play to him. But that's got to be a win. And obviously, as you say, you concede a sloppy goal because we're getting further and further back towards the end of the game. And it was exactly the same that happened against Gillingham. So, yeah, it's just got to be... we've got to be on the front foot. The start of the season, we were on the front foot and we were having a go and we were in the faces of the opposition. I feel like now oppositions are quite happy for us to have the ball. But also when they come on to us, we're drawing the pressure in, whereas at the start... we were the team to say, you're in a game, whereas now they're saying to us, come at us, kind of thing.
We will see what happens. What's your starting 11? I've counted up. By my reckoning, there are only 17 players, barring any injuries in training this week, who are guaranteed to be available. So that already leaves us one short on the bench. What is your starting 11? Because I do think there are questions and queries over the goalkeeper from some quarters. There's obviously now an issue with Lowe having started the last game, and we presume not going to be available for this one. What would you send out onto that pitch?
Murphy in goal. I'm probably going to be a bit of a basic one and go Murphy in goal, Norman at right back. I'll go with Smith and Turnbull centre half, Brough at left back, Patrick at left wing. Joseph on the right, Kenner and Smallwood in the middle, with Jennings and Ironside. Jennings playing behind Ironside, but yeah, I really don't know. I'm a bit. I know I sort of gave a bit of negativity towards Whittaker before, but I think he's someone at home that does really affect the game. So if you were taking anyone out, I'd probably take Jennings out and put Whittaker in there, but then Ironside is on his own. So yeah, if the injuries are still as they are, if Leo Connor isn't available, I would go with 4-4-2 for this one game. But like you say, players like Norman are much better further forward. So if Leo Connor is back available, it would be Turnbull, Smith and Leo Connor, which I think is our best back three. Norman on the right, Brough on the left, and then the other boys can do the business up top. So
I like Whittaker as well, but I think the problem with the squad that Tranmere have got is they've got a lot of players who are quite similar.
Yeah,
he is similar to, I would say, Solomon, although Solomon at Marine was more of a central striker. I'd say he's quite similar to Taylor Harris. And I'd say he's quite similar to Sam Taylor. So you've got four players there, and granted one of them isn't at the club at the moment, but four players there who are all quite similar. And when you're on a losing run or a winless run, you can't necessarily fit as many of them into the side as you want to, because you're having to sturdy up a defence that has been leaking far too many goals for our liking.